January 8th, 2004. A date for most is probably just another day in a life, right? For me, January 8th, 2004 was probably the second most important day of my life, next to the day I was born. In many ways, it was a second birth for me. January 8th, 2004 is the day that I was pulled over in Panama City, in Florida, for driving with a suspended license, driving with a unregistered tag, and eventually what came of it is that they found out that I was on probation, so I got violation of probation as well. I also was in possession of a controlled substance at the time of the arrest, so that further escalated my probation violation to a point where I was looking at 5 to 15 years DOC, or in prison. Luckily for me, at the time of my arrest, I was in a area of the country where there was a sheriff, a local sheriff, who had a special program called the Bars to Bed program, where they would take in what was considered low-risk inmates, and they would put them to work in the community, and they would receive state Department of Correction time against their sentence without actually having to go to prison. You would be in a county jail, and you would leave during the day and work a job for the county, a county job, and then at the end of the day you would go back to the county jail and you would eat your meal and sleep there. So that was a program that I was eligible for due to the non-violent nature of my crimes. So I was able to apply for that, and I received it, and I was able to begin working for Jackson County, Florida, in the Bars to Bed program. This was where my life sort of changed to the path I'm on today. I met Sheriff John McDaniel. He became a sort of second father figure to me, and he helped guide me to become the person that I am today. He showed great faith in me. He gave great opportunity to me by allowing me to be his personal trustee at the Sheriff's Department. He took my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and helped find her a place to live close to us, so that when my time came to get out, me and my girlfriend, we were able to start our life over with all the things needed to give yourself a fighting chance. I was able to get a job within basically the day I got out. The day I was released, I got out knowing that I already had a job. So the sheriff really put many things in place because he believed in me, that I was someone that was worth investing some time into, I would imagine. I expressed many times to him that I was definitely not wanting to go back to the life that I had just left. He believed that, and I gave him reason to believe that with my actions every day for the better part of a year. So 385 days is the time that I spent in total from January 8th, 2004 until I was released in 2005. In that time, I had what you would consider an epiphany. I had an evening where I was in a jail cell in Bay County. This was before I even had met the sheriff. And I remember it as vivid as if it happened just yesterday. I was asleep in my cell one night, and I remember being awakened in the middle of the night to the sound of music. And the light was very bright. It actually, the light is what woke me up. The music was very peaceful, so I do believe I would have slept through the sound of the music, but it was the light. It actually, it kind of, I don't want to say it burned, but it was an obtrusive type of light where it forced me to wake up. And that's when I felt the presence of God fill my body. It was an experience like nothing I had ever had in my life. It is an experience that I have never had again, but one that I feel like I never have to have again, because it was like a spiritual CPR for my soul. The person that I was as a child, who was raised in the Catholic Church, receiving all my holy sacraments, receiving Holy Communion, being baptized, all the things that I had been raised to the point when I had started drinking and using drugs, had now come back. I felt like I was that child again in this jail cell where there was no walls. I felt like I was on this plane where it was just me in this spirit, in this light, in this music. And the best way I can explain it is this. For the 18 years of my life that I used drugs, I always felt like, although I was out about in the regular world, I always felt like I was a rat trapped in a cage. My addiction had me completely trapped, and I was at the mercy of my addiction. I was a prisoner of my own addiction. At that very moment that I just explained, when my eyes opened up to this bright, blinding light, I felt free for the first time in a long time. To have to be incarcerated, handcuffed, shackled, and locked in a jail cell, to finally find the freedom I was so desperately searching for my whole life, is the ultimate irony that I had ever been placed in. And the point of this video, the point of the message that I am wanting to share today, is that you too need to understand that you are eligible for this type of awakening. You too are eligible for this type of healing. You too are eligible for this type of recovery in your life. All wounds can be healed. All troubles can be remedied. All pain can be washed away. It just takes one moment of clarity, one moment of belief, one moment of truly believing that anything is possible in your life, as long as you understand that there is the ultimate love coming down from heaven. That is what I want you to believe. We do recover. It is possible. Anything is possible through faith in God. I just want to wrap it up real quick here. Since this awakening that was bestowed upon me from the graciousness of God, I go through life in a very joyous mood. How could I not? And often, very often, almost once a day, definitely 3 or 4 times a week, I have people say to me, "Brian, why are you so happy? Brian, why are you always in such a good mood?" And usually I tell people it's better than the alternative. And I can imagine when I say that, they probably think, oh, he means being alive is better than dead. But actually what what I do mean, and if you know me, you probably do understand what I mean when I say that. What I mean is that my worst day of my life, sober, is 1,000 times better than the best day I ever had while being an alcoholic and a drug addict. It's not even on the same level. All my hopes and dreams, everything I ever aspired to be, was all possible because of January 8th, 2004. Because of that moment when I was able to take the person that I was and put them into that box and open up another box that I had put myself in when I started using drugs, and let that person back out. And that person is the person that I am today. That is the person that God was so gracious enough to give me life again. And He can give you life as well. So just believe that you also are eligible for this type of awakening or a reawakening. And He loves you, and I love you too. And this time of year is very special because a lot of people have found that they may struggle with their sobriety, or they may struggle with their addiction more so now during this time of year than others. So I felt it was important that I make this video to let you guys know that January 8th, 2004 was the last day I had a drink or a drug in my body. And 18 years to this point has made me who I am, which is a person who loves life, loves his wife, loves his son, loves his daughter, loves his grandchildren, loves his mother, loves his brother, loves his nieces and nephews, his cousins, and his grandparents, and the people that are no longer with him. I'm able to love with no boundaries anymore. I love my enemies. I'm able to love when I could never love before, because God showed me what love really was. He entered my heart and said, Brian, you've been in pain long enough. Now I'm going to remove your addiction. I'm going to remove your alcohol dependency. And I'm going to allow you to live free at last. And thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.